NHL Nightly with your host, the sportsman, a.k.a. Pierre Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico in Barrie.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Sorry about being delayed. I'm going to let Rico and Pearlo open the show. I've got one thing to do before we come back. I appreciate you hanging out. I'm sorry for the late.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Remember that bet I told you about earlier today? It's kind of looking pretty good. Columbus plus 2.5.
I took it.
Yeah, Columbus plus 2.5.
I also have the under. I have the under. I hope it sticks. But I mean, the Detroit bet and the Islanders bet didn't come in. So, yeah, we got the evening game, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I got the under 7, and I took that bet you gave me. I tailed you totally on that one, dude.
Sweet, man. I didn't think Ottawa was going to go into Montreal and win 4-1. The game stayed under. I had Montreal and the over there, so I kind of got a little bit.
I had Montreal over. Yeah, it hasn't been a good night so far for. Yeah, I had Montreal in the over as well. So.
Yeah, I ended up taking Tampa over Philly, but I took Detroit, Montreal, and I took the Islanders draw.
I had Philly. I had Islanders draw. Yeah, it's not a good night so far.
Spicy 4K's letting us know Zellweger's making his debut for the Ducks tonight. That's cool. That's good news.
That is cool.
Yeah. And Daniel Barrie, thanks for being in. Always appreciate you. Okay, I wanted to start the show off. I have some notes. So the big news in the NHL today was that Carter Hart is stepping away from the World Juniors. And I didn't put it together yesterday with Dylan Dubé, but he was also on the 2018 World Juniors. I went back and I'm getting a little noise from somebody's TV. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's TV.
I have no TV on at all.
Somebody's background. Noise from somebody's background. Okay, just let me know. Yep. Just your microphone is picking up something else, somebody talking or something. So if you're not talking, it's not you, Rico. It's you, Pearlo. Just mute yourself.
Okay.
Unmute yourself when you're ready to talk. Yeah, that's good. No worries, Pearlo. When you're ready to talk, you just unmute yourself. It's no big deal. This life happens, and you have stuff going on at home. So I want to shout out Top Shelf Hockey. Top Shelf Hockey, if you know him on YouTube, he's been doing it for a long time. He still puts out videos, mainly just YouTube videos. He went through the whole 90-page document last year, and I went through it again because I wanted to understand the synopsis of what may have been occurred. So if you're not following us, it does sound like, yes, Gabby, congrats on your Ottawa Senators. They're starting to look really, really good. 8 straight wins against Montreal. Good thing, it is night. Would be helpful if you guys got to play them every night. Yeah, and the Bolts look good tonight, Logan. I was able to watch a little bit of that game. I have to tell you, I was rooting for the Flyers just because I wanted to see them not lose 3 straight, and keep it going. But really good game for the Bolts. Flyers had a chance to tie it there, so it was a tough one, man. They probably couldn't have let that 4th goal. I think if they keep it 3-3 there, they're probably okay. So I went through the whole thing, and I encourage you, and I will drop the link before the show is over in the chat if you want to go watch off Top Shelf Hockey's review of the thing. He doesn't name players. Obviously, the names are redacted. All these guys were young. But the long and the short of it was a player consensually hooked up with a girl back in his hotel room and then messaged his teammates if they wanted to do the same. And they, I guess 4 or 5 of them decided to do so, and it wasn't consensual. And that's the Cliff Notes abbreviated version. I don't know what you guys call them in Canada, but of course, none of the players have been named, but it's widely been, hey, Singsy, I was going to reach out to you today, man. See if we can get you on the show next Monday and talk a little Devils and little betting. So reach out to me via DMs. It'd be good to have you on, man, if you can make it. I know you're busy. I know you're working you're a slave to the grindstone. So that's awesome, man. Well, I'll just let me know and I'll shoot you the link. Yeah, so just real quick, Carter Hart takes a leave of absence. Dubé does the same. This may or may not have anything to do with the World Juniors 2018 scandal, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I think it's not a coincidence that one day after Dylan Dubé, now Rico, you're going to be the one that has to keep us informed, because this information is going to come out of the London Police Department, and I don't think the NHL is going to be broadcasting it. Now we'll see. Some of the reporters might pick it up, but honestly, this has been such a crazy, busy NHL year. Like, I could see stuff like this sliding through the cracks. Like, we still don't know what happened with Shane Pinto, and he got 45-game suspension for, I don't know, gambling on football on the team's computers or something. It feels very, very weird. They said it was definitely not NHL, and they put that to bed very quickly. By the way, he had a goal tonight, and boy, Ottawa has looked great since he's been back. So head and shoulders on that. I don't know what's happening with Pearlo here. I think we lost him. So I'm going to boot his thing if he's trying to get back, and then hopefully he can come back in because we lost his feed. Anyway, he looked great and everything. We were just getting a little extra noise there. So I felt bad letting him know. It's just we want to put our best foot forward for our listeners. So we really, really appreciate you guys being in here. Yeah, I agree, Dave. Singsy says the time to do this right before the All-Star game in Toronto is telling. And he's talking about Carter Hart and Dylan Dubé's situation. So anyway, it looks like this World Juniors Team Canada 2018 thing is coming to fruition. And based on the 90-page report that Top Shelf Hockey read, I mean, this was a year ago that he read this, by the way. And it takes a long time for evidence to get gathered and stuff. But there's digital evidence. The player that did have consensual sex tried to coerce the woman in not making a claim. So, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. This is bad. These guys' careers are over. And not to mention a girl's life is ruined. I mean, she probably never going to recover from this, I mean, I know it would affect a lot of people. So anyway, awful way to start the show, but, it was very newsworthy, and I wanted to talk about it. I don't know what you guys have, if anything. Rico, do you have anything?
I mean, you said it all, man. You broke it down right. It's just, I think there's going to be another couple dominoes. I don't think this is the end. I think the walls are definitely closing in on this. And like Singer said, doing it right before the All-Star game, the timing of this, I think the other two are, I know Howden and Formenton. I think Formenton's already gone. So I think Howden might be the next one. I heard maybe Max Comtois might be another one too. So I know there was allegedly 5, I think. And, if this was Dubé and Hart being kind of the first two, you'll probably see.
Well, Comtois signed a PTO with Vegas, and I haven't heard his name at all in any of the games. So I don't know if he's playing in the AHL or what have you. We got Pearlo back. There you go, Pearlo. Don't know what happened there, man. We lost you. But
I moved to a different place where you couldn't hear the background people speaking.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, life stuff happens, man. It's not a big deal. So we basically summarized what happened with the investigation. Again, I will tweet at the end of the show. I will tweet and put the link into Top Shelf. He read the whole 90-page thing, and he kind of summarizes it. Obviously, no players are named, but it's widely been known who some of these players are. Carter Hart's name has been mentioned. For Menton, I had not heard Dylan Dubé at all before this today. And I had not heard, you said Brett Howden, and Formenton didn't sign, right? And then Maxime Comtois, maybe the other guy. Maxime Comtois was on a PTO with Vegas, but I don't know if he signed an AHL tender or if he's overseas playing. So I didn't get any more of that information before the show. Anyway, I didn't want to talk too much about it, but I did want to bring it up because yesterday we did talk kind of positively about Dubé taking a leave of absence, and then today I was like, oh, wait a minute, Carter Hart, and then the 2018 And Kipper and Bourne talked about it a little bit more detail than I thought they would on their national show across Canada. So it kind of changed the tone. I mean, I thought it was, originally I was like, oh, Carter Hart's taking, that's we're having a lot of this happening, but it's really unfortunate that it may be for this one reason and one reason alone. They could be spending time in jail. So, I mean, I'm sure that's a punishable offense in Canada. I don't know the laws there, but anyway, Pearl, I don't know if you knew any of the specifics or read into that. Rico kind of already gave his 2 cents, so we just kind of went back over it. Now we got you back.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. I can't really comment on whatever was going on there. Like, it would be foolish for me to actually even pretend that I knew what happened there. So
yeah, so I encourage you, Perlo, if you want to get boned up on it, like I said, Top Shelf Hockey on YouTube has a video that he read the entire 90-page document that alleges from the London police what happened. None of the players are named in this said document. The victim is obviously not named. We're not here to dime anybody out, but it is very telling that 2 NHL players that were, I mean, Carter Hart is a huge piece to the Philadelphia Flyers. Like, he is the future in net for them. So, it is what it is. Okay. I guess we spent 10 minutes on that. Basically, I feel like there's really not much else to say. 5 players involved in a sexual assault. There was a 6th. This is the 2018 World Juniors. I guess it was in London is where it occurred in 2018, Rico. That's where the World Juniors were. You guys, I can't remember.
Yeah. No, it was.
Because the London police were the ones investigating, and I know that's not far from Toronto. Okay. Anyway, thoughts and prayers to the people involved, and let's hope this all gets sorted out. Definitely don't want anybody to be wrongfully accused, but we would also like the victim to get justice as well. Okay.
In the meantime, Edmonton just had a goal called back.
Okay, great. I'm relying on you to watch that because I don't care. I mean, who fucking cares about Edmonton playing an AHL team? I mean, and by the way, the longer this streak goes, the more I'm convinced they're not going to do shit in the playoffs.
I will see.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest winning streak in NHL history didn't win the Stanley Cup, and they had fucking Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. Kind of eerily similar to how Edmonton's makeup is. 2 really great offensive players. So we'll see.
I'd say the difference with that is they had an old team and they were stupid and didn't give guys a break.
You think Mario Lemieux 8 seasons into the NHL was an old fucking team?
Oh, okay. You're talking about that team. Oh, back
1992, 1993, 18-game winning streak. Okay.
Right. Yeah. That team. Okay. Sorry about that. I misunderstood what you're saying.
You're fucking clueless on that one, I was going to say.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that Pittsburgh 18-game winning streak.
They were going for 3 cups in a row.
92-93. Wasn't that the year that the Islanders upset the Penguins?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and Montreal won the cup that year. That was
They beat the LA Kings in the finals.
Yeah, that was the year the Islanders upset
and everybody
Pittsburgh. Pierre Turgeon's Islanders.
Yeah, and also Rico, that was also the Gilmore Gretzky high stick. That was we could have had a Toronto Montreal final because Toronto played in the Western Conference for whatever reason back in the 90s. Okay. All right. There was one more big thing I wanted to bring up, but I'm wait till Rico comes back. Anything else stick out to you today, Perlo? Did you get to watch any of the early games?
Unfortunately, I'm not doing very well today. This game's helping out though quite a bit. But I wanted to mention, I don't know if I mentioned it. I know I didn't mention it last night. But going back to the Corey Perry thing a little bit, I know we talked about it a lot yesterday.
We really didn't spend any time on it, but we could talk about Corey Perry tonight. I just didn't. Honestly, we didn't have time. I didn't want to we'd already done almost a 2-hour show. So I was like,
By the way, Kim Ice Girl last night was freaking amazing. You guys got to go back and watch that video and listen to that lady. She's fantastic. Her views on the Islanders and everything. I was writing stuff down. She's very good.
Yeah, she So you know what, Pearl? Don't underestimate you. I don't know how many regular season games you get to go to there in Edmonton, but she goes to just about every Islanders home game. I just don't think you can. By the way, Blues tied it up 1-1 here in the second. But anyway, continue your thoughts on Isles Girl 3, Kim, big time Kimmy Kim. Kim was on with us yesterday.
She was awesome. I messaged her today and asked her a few more questions about the Islanders, and she answered me, which is cool. But no, I was thinking about Perry. There was something I thought of there. Remember we were talking about, or at least I kind of brought up the fact that the Oilers are playing almost the same, like it's the Tampa system really almost to the T that won those cups. And I was really impressed that they were able to do so as quickly as they did. Perry was on that Tampa Bay team, obviously, right?
Not the one cup.
No. But he was on Tampa. They were still playing the same system. So he's going to come into completely understanding the system. And, that was the other aspect of it that I thought of later that I thought was really cool, because you're not bringing in some guy that, is going into a system he doesn't understand. He totally understands it. So if there's anybody not on board there, I think Corey Perry is going to go a long way to get them being on board. So
Corey Perry was in Anaheim when they won a cup, wasn't he?
He won Anaheim, not Tampa.
Yeah.
Not on the 07 Anaheim Cup team, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. I sometimes wonder, though, when you're on such a heater that you mess with it and it throws the thing off. I've seen a lot of teams. I remember when the Caps won 13 in a row, 2015, President's Cup trophy winners, and then they add like 3 dudes at the deadline, and it just didn't. They like Walker. I can't think of all the guys. I just wonder. Also, I'll say this. The Perry thing is a little annoying to me because he signed a $4 million deal and the league allowed the contract to be terminated. But I don't think the players union is going to allow this to happen. So what happens if they come back and they rule that this contract is still good and Edmonton has them signed on a minimum deal? Should Chicago have had to buy him out? And in fairness, I think Perry should probably get his money if he wasn't worthy of it. But I think it's a dangerous slope for the players. The team can terminate your contract because they didn't like something you did off ice. Okay, I don't know, man. And then shouldn't Edmonton be on the hook for the $4 million, which they definitely cannot fit under their cap? So, I don't know what happened with Evander Kane. Gabby's asking about Evander Kane. Perlo, did something happen with Evander? I'm not watching that game, so.
It might have, might have happened while I switched over here to my other room.
Okay.
I don't know, but I didn't see it. But from what I understand, I don't know. Apparently, the union can, whether he wants to fight it or not, they can fight it anyways. Like they can tell him too bad, we're doing it anyways.
Yeah, they are going to fight it. There's no question about it. I mean, they're fighting it. Yes, you are correct.
And I have no facts on this. I just saw a couple things where Perry himself said he wouldn't fight it if it was him. But that's easy to say if the union's going to do it anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
He doesn't need the money is the thing.
Well, he says that
he'll get the money.
He's taking responsibility and he wants to take full responsibility. But I mean, if the union's going to fight it, even though you don't want to, then I guess I don't know. You're right. I don't know. Shouldn't the Oilers be up for that? I mean, yeah, you're right. Like I don't know. I know he was paid out $2 million, but it's still a cap hit of $4 million. So.
Oh no, I don't think he was paid out. If his contract is terminated, I believe he gets nothing.
No, he got a signing bonus to start off with, $2 million.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that may be why he doesn't care. That may be why he doesn't care to sign.
Exactly.
Calgary just scored to go up 2-1. The Minnesota Wild just scored to go up 5-1.
I had Minnesota, thank God. I had Minnesota there. Yeah.
That Caps game is in the third. The Calgary game has a lot of time left. I just realized, too, that my Sabres emblem doesn't come on our YouTube feed, so I'll have to figure that one out. Anyway,
But you bring up a really good point there. I didn't think about like what happens there. I don't know.
So Gabby's question was with his contract. Gabby, the Sharks did buy out Evander Kane. I don't believe they were able. Actually, you know what? They were able to terminate his contract because of the gambling debts and stuff. Right. So it is that.
He got a new contract with Edmonton, but he didn't get paid out on his old contract.
No, he did. He got paid out. He got bought out. But I think that it was you know what? It might have been a contract termination. Gabby, I'll have to get back to you. We'll look it up and I'll talk about it tomorrow. But obviously the salary that he had with San Jose is not counting against the cap with Edmonton. They signed him to a different deal. So yeah. Dave is saying he thinks Zegras stays. Spicy 4K's question earlier was, we think many of us do think Zegras will get traded. I now think that's not going to happen this year. I think if it does happen, it'll happen at the offseason at the draft, because he broke his ankle. He's going to be out again a good portion of the season. So kind of a wash for him. He missed camp, came in out of shape and stuff. So, all right. I wanted to get to, before we talk about the games tomorrow and preview other stuff, I wanted to get to one other thing, Rico and I. Did you read this article from Luke Fox about Ryan Reeves, his interview with Ryan Reeves?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard rumblings. I can't remember if that's the exact article, but something about Ryan Reeves saying he's been healthy for a couple of weeks, but also word getting out that he basically can't even practice without knee braces, and his knees feel like they're going to basically pop out every time he skates and tries to make a cut and stuff on the ice.
Yeah, I read all that. So funny that he said that he was healthy because the Leafs activated him today. And I think it's for the purpose of waiving him. I think they'll be waiving him because I don't think they put Holmberg, the other guys they have up that would have to pass through waivers. They're not going to throw Martin Jones down either, I don't think, because they don't want anybody to claim him because people need goalies so bad right now. Yeah, so I think we've probably seen Ryan Reeves play his last game in the NHL already this year. And, I mean, what he said about his knees, to me, is enough for him to never come off IR. But he's going to get the remainder of that deal. They gave, what a nice sweetheart deal they gave him. He's going to get all that money, every dime of it, be it in the minors or regardless. So,
and then, half this year, next year, and the year after.
Yeah, and I think because if he passes through waivers and is not claimed, the Leafs don't have to pay a percentage of that towards the cap, right? I think it'll be close to like having a minimum guy against the cap, right? They'll have like a $700,000 again. It's like 75% or whatever. That's another one. So Pearlo, I also was researching ad nauseum. When's the last day you can add a non-roster player? And I reached out to Frank Saravelli and tried to see if I could get an answer, but didn't hear back. He's pretty busy. I think Flames just went up 3-1, by the way. Yes, they did.
I was going to live bet that game. I guess not now. Oh, shoot.
I got the Brandon Saad goal prop in that game. Oh, and a Sharon Govich goal. Sweet. Sharon Govich just scored.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Who did I have a goal prop for yesterday on the show that I said was going to score his 20th? And I don't remember now. I should have wrote it down.
Brandon Saad feels like he should be like 35, 36, but he's only 31. It feels like Brandon Saad's been in the league forever.
He has been in the league forever. He's a 3-time Cup champion, is he not? He was on all those Blackhawk teams. He's been around a long time, man. You forget some of these guys come in when they're 18 or 19 and make an impact.
Was he on that St. Louis team that won the Cup too? No, I don't think so. Was it?
No. Oh, no. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think he came after. He came after, I think.
Well, that'll be easy to tell you. I'll just look it up.
Yeah. 1 sec, please.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
Yeah, I think you're right. They won the Stanley Cup. I forgot they beat the Sharks in the conference finals. They went through a pretty good. So Jake Allen, Barbashev, Bennington, Danny Blaze, Bortuzzo, Jay Bouwmeester, Tyler Bozak, former Leaf, Chris Butler, Michael Delzato, Vince Dunn, no Brennan Saad, Zach Sanford. Zach Sanford, which, by the way, if you don't remember, Zach Sanford was part of that trade from the Capitals for TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
So I always felt bummed out for Zach Sanford. I said, oh, man, we traded him. We got Osh, but I always like that kid deserved. And then he wins the cup the next year. I'm like, good for him, man. So, and then I think he's in the league somewhere still. So I think TJ Oshie may have just scored for the
Oshie. I got an Oshie prop too. Guy's on fire, TJ Oshie. Oshie.
Yeah, deflected goal. It's either Oshie's or Strome's, but it looks like TJ Oshie to make it 5-2.
Oshie, Mario.
Blackhawks legend. Yes, Saad feels like he should be with Sharp when it comes to his retirement. Saad was on the Avs, I think. Was he on the Avs in the Avs team?
That makes sense.
Does he have 4 cups? I'm just going to type it in.
Did he have all the cups in Chicago? Was he on all 3 of the cups with Chicago?
I don't think he was on the 3rd one.
I don't think he was on all 3. I could be wrong, but I'm not.
Oh.
Well, I'm looking up right now. Okay, he wasn't on the first one.
Yeah.
Because his rookie year was 2011, 2012, and they won 2010, 2011. That was their first one against Philly. So he was on. He got Selke votes. Oh, shoot. I forgot he was with the Blue Jackets for a couple seasons. So
that's right. Yeah.
So he won. So Blackhawks won what? 12, 13?
I think 2010 was their first one.
Yeah.
That was the one against Philly.
Yep. And then they won 2 more.
I think they went 13 and I think they went 15. If I'm not mistaken. One was against Boston, I think.
So he was on the 2012-2013 Cup and the 2014-2015 Cup. He was on both those Cups. He was not on the Colorado Avalanche when they won the Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was with Colorado just one season. That was 2020-2021. And they did play in the playoffs, but they didn't make the Cup that year. So yeah. Yep. Gabby's all over it. He still won 2 cups. He still got his name on the cup twice. He's one of those guys like his playoff numbers are, let's see where I would just had it. I mean, the guy has 55 career playoff points in 103 games. Not bad at all. I mean, there are people that don't have close to that in regular season numbers. He's career he has 825 games played. So if he plays 2 or 3 more years, he'll get to 1,000. He's got 476 points, 238 goals, 238 assists. Isn't that crazy? He has 238 goals and 238 assists. That's nuts. And he's been with the Blues 3 seasons. And you know what? He's not having a bad year this year. He has 11 goals, 8 assists, 19 points, and 44 games played. He is a -7. But the Blues as a whole are not a great defensive team. So, Cap scored again. I think, was it Ovechkin or Anthony Mantha again?
Mantha.
How much
Mantha?
time is How much
There's
time
a
is
lot.
left?
There's no time left, Perlo. A minute 30 left in that game.
Oh,
It's
okay,
5-3.
okay. So
Yeah, 5-3.
Minnesota's
So if you had the
still-
over, the last two goals.
I hit
would
the
help.
over 5.5. Actually, it was a 5.5. I clipped it at. And I took the
I
Oh,
over.
wish
did
I
you?
would've-
Oh, that was a good over to take.
I didn't touch it. I wish I would have now. Yeah.
I know Islanders did lose. We didn't get the bump. Islanders did lose to the I knew we were in trouble with Vegas when Bruce Cassidy was saying the game against was a beer league game. I was like, son of a bitch, they're gonna tear it up, man.
That's when I
Yeah.
pulled my Islanders pick and I took the draw instead. I'm like, Patrick was getting the team fired up, but Cassidy just let loose on his team too.
Yeah, no, what a good coach too, man. And they're gonna get it together. I mean, Vegas, I give Vegas a pass. Like they have like 5 of their starters on LTIR right now. So it is what it is, you know. Okay. Well, I got the podcast dropped. I tweeted it out on Spotify. Tell your friends, FFSN NHL Nightly on Spotify and Apple Podcast. You can listen to our idiot ass talk some hockey. Ducks are up 1-0 on the Sabres. I don't have that game up, but I will as soon as
It's going on. The Buffalo's going on a power play now when I'm watching it.
Oh, yeah, I see that Buffalo on the power play. This is definitely Jakob Silfverberg. Only his 3rd goal. He's a guy I could see get moved at the trade deadline.
He's making a lot of money. He's making like $5 million, man. It feels like he's been making that for like 20 years. It feels like it. It's sort of like Silverberg's sort of like Sod. You don't realize how long he's been in the league. Like I didn't realize you said he was in Columbus, he's in Chicago. My gosh, that guy's been in the league for a long time.
Yeah, 856 games or something. Yeah.
I do remember when he got traded. Oh, that's right, because he got traded in the Panarin deal. He went.
So they had
He
to get
went
rid
back.
of him.
That's when he went back to Chicago. He went.
By the
back
way,
to
his
Chicago
first
and
year
not-
in Columbus, I think he played 78 games, scored 31 goals, had 22 assists, and 53 points. That is not bad. And he got Bing votes. He got 17 Lady Bing votes. And then in the next year, he played 82 games for the Columbus Blue Jackets. By the way, ironic, who coached them then? He got 7 Lady Bing votes and 27 Selke votes.
Yeah.
So under John Tortorella, it made him into a nice defensive player, probably his best year ever, all in all. And he's only played 82 games 3 times in his career, but he's done good. I mean, he misses some games, but if you look at his numbers, it's not terrible. Like, so he had a pretty.
I remember he was pissed when he got traded from Chicago. Like he was really upset.
Dude, wouldn't you hate it? You're going
really
from a Stanley Cup champion to a.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know about the score there.
Oh yeah, he went with Panarin to Chicago, and then or something I can't remember now. Like when they traded Panarin to Columbus, didn't he go with them, and then they acquired him later? That's what I think it was. Yeah.
So he went from Chicago to Columbus, played 2 seasons in Columbus, then went back to Chicago for 3 years, and then played 1 season in Colorado, and he's now been with the Blues for 3 years. This is his 3rd year in St. Louis. By the way, speaking of St. Louis, they just scored a shorthanded goal. Perlo's favorite player, second favorite player.
Hayes.
No, second favorite player, Braden Shen.
Braden Shen. I don't mind for Shen.
Oh, sweet. I got a Shen prop too.
Woohoo! Rico with the Shen prop.
Holy shit.
Wow. I wish I would have played your props today. I was too busy to do props today much. So, yeah.
Here, Rico. Look at the screen. I'm just gonna pop that up. We'll pop that up.
Yeah, nice.
Some clicks.
Let's see. See if I can do this. Let's see. I'll do it. I'll do it all fancy. Let's go. We're gonna keep this.
Yeah, I got the Nicholas Waugh for Vegas Golden Knights. I got the Sorelli, got the Wyatt Johnson, Nicole Caulfield. Now I got Sharon Govich, and Sod.
I think I did take Wyatt Johnson today. This Edmonton game is saving my butt. I got Columbus Blue Jackets under 2.5 team total. I took your bet there, and I got under 7. That might save my night.
Yeah. There you go. What do you think there? I got the.
Ooh.
There we go. I'll make one for Pearlo too, and we'll keep it on there so we got it. And
I'll have more props tomorrow because I'm not going to be as busy tomorrow, so we'll do that tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, you know why? Because nobody usually gets killed on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Pearlo won't be busy tomorrow.
Yeah, no, they usually take a day off on Wednesday. So, yeah. If you're moving more bodies come Thursday, you don't worry about that.
Okay. All right, let's preview tomorrow's games.
Let's preview.
I haven't even looked at. We actually have we actually have a pretty large schedule for a Wednesday. They've usually been only having 3 or 4 games on Wednesday. We have 7 games, so we got a lot of games to preview here. So I'm going to start right down the middle. Coyotes at Panthers. I'm actually going to stay away. I'm going to stay away from that one. The Coyotes have been playing really, really good. But I do like a Clayton Keller goal scoring prop to get his 20th. He's been playing really good. So I'm going to go with that nice little round 20. He'll get a goal. The Coyotes are plus 180, and the over-under in that game, I'm very sorry I didn't have that up. I have to pull up 6 apps to get all the information I want. Tomorrow, Coyotes at Panthers, the over-under is 6. What do you like, Rico?
It's a tough little spot for Florida. They just they're at home against the Wild, quick trip to Nashville, right back home against the Yotes. Tough little spot. I mean, I can't go against Florida right now.
You could drive to Nashville. They could bust to Nashville. It's not that far from Florida.
From Miami to Nashville? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably a 10-hour drive. Not even.
Yeah.
I mean, so that flight is less than an hour, is what I'm saying. That is not a long flight.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to make any money if you bet the Panthers tomorrow night. So I might have to take them first period or something, or full game, no draw type thing, just regulation Panthers. But I'm not getting in front of Florida right now, so I'm going to take some type of bets with the Panthers. I think. I mean, Ingram and Bobrovsky are going to be playing, so. Even a light Sprinky on the draw, but I don't think Arizona is going to compete with Florida tomorrow.
No, I like Florida minus 1.5. I think they're going to destroy Arizona tomorrow. Arizona on the road's not very good, and they've been my sell team for the second half, so I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. Jets at Leafs in Toronto. This is a big one, back-to-back Jets and Leafs before the All-Star break. I'm going to stay away. By the way, Austin Matthews has 38 goals before the All-Star break. Does he get to 40 before the All-Star break? That would be awesome.
Maybe not playing Hellebuck for the next 2 games, but I mean, Toronto's coming off this long road trip as well too. I think Matthews is making plans at Bieber right now for the All-Star game. They just got home from out west, so the players are trying to get their lives together and looking forward to the All-Star game a little bit. I think Jets, after that loss in Boston, might come in there and just shut Toronto right down. But it's going to be interesting to watch Toronto's top players against Jets being one of the best defensive teams over the last few weeks. So I'd have a hard time betting on the Leafs tomorrow night. So I'd probably take the Jets, and if the Leafs win, I'll be happy.
Pearlo.
I already have the Jets in. I think.
I mean, the Jets are a plus 110 road dog.
How often are you going to get the Jets as a plus?
Yeah.
In Toronto, do I believe in them because they just barely, won wasn't against Seattle on the last game of a road trip? No.
And Seattle missing they're missing Berniers, they're missing Vince Dunn. They were missing.
And
Yeah.
And guess who's confirmed already in net for Toronto tomorrow night?
Samsonov. Please tell me it is.
Got
Yes,
to, man, because Martin Jones has already played more games than they expected him to play, and he's wore out. They got to give him a rest. And I'll be honest with you, Samsonov was the reason the Leafs won that game against. Because I watched a lot of that Seattle game.
He did play well.
Seattle was in Toronto's end a whole lot of the game, and Samsonov bailed him out a shit ton.
Right.
So
he did play well for sure. Am I going to put my money on Samsonov to do that twice in a row? No. So Winnipeg.
So it is pretty sad that Martin Jones leads the Leafs and wins with 9. I know when Joseph Woll it's been a while since he got hurt. Hellebuck has 23 already on the year. And the Jets only have 30 wins. Only. They've been so good. How could you not take the Jets on plus money? Okay, Hurricanes at Bruins. This is the TNT game. Dude, the Bruins are just playing well. I called the Bruins with Alex the other day. I know Ian was on the Jets. They spanked the Jets. That's why I think the Jets are going to go into – the Jets love to beat the Leafs anyway. But the Hurricanes are playing really good. But I'll tell you what, man, I love what I'm seeing from – they just keep counting Boston out, and they're the best team in the NHL again. It's like, what the hell? They do so well regular season-wise. So it's like I definitely like Boston. I know the Canes are plus 120, but there's a reason. The Canes are just still too streaky as scoring. Svechnikov is hurt again, I heard. They lost him again, so that's bad for them.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me double check and make sure I'm not lying to you. I'll tell you who's out.
Yeah, Spencer Martin's going to be probably starting that game because they signed him because their goalies.
They're missing Kochetkov, Freddie Anderson, and Svechnikov is day-to-day with an upper body. And the only person Boston's missing is Milan Lucic. And as much as I hate to say this, because I like Lucic, it's probably a blessing in disguise that he's wasn't able to play. He got himself in he's done. He's probably not playing in the NHL again. So he's got bigger things to worry about. So anyway, Rico, what do you think of this game? Rico, Hurricanes, Bruins. We'll just go across the board and finish.
I like Boston all the way too. This is a little home kind of little series that Carolina's going through. So they're making a little stop in Boston. So I just like the Bruins. And the Bruins got a couple of weak matchups on the road before the All-Star break. I think they're just going to try to finish strong going into the break, bank some points. So yeah, with Spencer Martin in net in Boston against the Bruins, you got to take Boston there. Boston regulation, probably.
Okay.
Oh.
What do you think, Pearlo?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I mean, Boston is the play. If they lose, they lose. But how do you take Carolina with Spencer Martin in that? Boston at home is a beast. Carolina has been playing well, but if you don't have goaltending, you don't have goaltending, and they don't have goaltending. So I've taken Boston. For sure, yeah.
Let's go to the next game. The Washington Capitals are on a back-to-back playing the Colorado Avalanche. The Caps are a plus 200 road dog, and the over-under is 6. I'm not betting this game. I wouldn't bet this game because the Avs are going to win this game easy at minus 245, I think. Caps have been really good on back-to-backs. I think they've actually only lost one game this year on back-to-backs, but I don't know, man. Like Colorado, we'll see. I stay away from this game just because every time I think I have Colorado figured out, they lay an egg against the team you wouldn't think they'd lose to, like Pittsburgh at home this year. Yeah, and I don't have any faith in the Capitals, even with plus 200. I just wouldn't. I'll maybe put $10 on them just for fun, just to be like, "Yay, team!" But Rico, how are you feeling?
Yeah, Colorado's been off for a few days too, coming off that Philadelphia win 7-4. So I think they're rolling a little bit here. They got LA rolling in on Friday as well, and then that's the All-Star break for them too. So they're gonna try and win this one. I know it'll be maybe a little tougher against LA. So I think Colorado comes out pretty hard against Washington, tries to just nail this team down. Get the 2 points. So Colorado, some type of Colorado bet, probably not on the money line because the price you're going to pay, but maybe even a puck line, Colorado, I think they'll just come at you. And
I'll say this. I like the under because it's 6, because Charlie Lindgren's going to be in net. Because Kemper was in tonight. He was dog shit. But I don't blame the first 2 goals on Kemper at all, though. So, and the third one, actually, Marcus Johansson, you'd like to see him have it, but it was an excellent shot. So it's kind of like he was maybe played better than his numbers showed tonight, but Charlie Lindgren's been so good for the Caps. I feel like if they play any kind of decent hockey, they could keep it under 6, but I still don't think they win the game.
Maybe a shots prop or something like saves, Lindgren over saves, maybe, depending what you're getting there.
Yeah.
You'll probably see a lot of shots.
I'll have to check what I would see on that. Okay, Pearlo, what do you think on this Capitals Avalanche?
I gotta lay Colorado, but I have a feeling Washington's going to be playing balls out in that game. Like they're going to play desperate, so it could be a lot closer than people would give them credit for, especially with Lindgren in there. So it's hard to bet it, like you said, because you got to bet Colorado puck line to get any value. I might even look at Washington plus 1.5. I just think they're going to give everything they got in that game. That's like their Stanley Cup almost. You're playing against one of the best teams in the West. So.
I don't want to lose 4 in a row. I don't disagree with everything you're.
Yeah, I think they're going to play hard, and Carberry is really showing himself to be a fantastic coach, and I think I'll have him up for that game. 1 sec here. I got to get my charger from my computer, or we're going to die out. So I'll be 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, don't worry. Dude, take care of what you got to take care of. We only have 3 more games to preview. I'm just going to drop them out of the screen. Next game is Blackhawks at Kraken. I easily like the Kraken. Do we have Pearlo back already? We're back. We're back with you. Okay. Oh, nope, we're not back. Okay. All right. I easily like the Kraken in this game. I wouldn't bet it. The Blackhawks are plus 235. Sure will be nice when they get Bedard back, who still leads the team in goals. Such a bummer. By the way, Rangers just scored to go up 1-0 on the San Jose Sharks. Looks like there's a plethora of Rangers fans there. I don't know, though, man. Sharks were down and out the other night. So Adam Fox for your New York Rangers. Rico, what do you think of the Blackhawks Kraken?
Like, don't look now, but the Kraken have lost like 4 in a row as well too. So like they were clipping along pretty good. They were going through a pretty good stretch, and all of a sudden injuries started taking an effect on that team, and it's too bad to see. I thought they'd be rolling right into the All-Star break the way they were playing. So you're probably going to see a low-scoring game. I know Chicago's not giving up too much, and they're not scoring a whole lot, and the Kraken's offense might be like a little tough to get it from who's going to chip in there. So you'll probably see a bit of an under game if you get like a 6 or a 6.5.
The under is 5.5 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
They
tricky to take the under there.
Watch it be 6-5 or something.
Yeah, and you never know. You never know, but I mean
that's a TNT game, by the way. It won't be blacked out. They had the Blackhawks scheduled a lot for TNT this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what a bummer, man. So now it's like nobody gives a shit.
That's hilarious, yeah. So you're going to see Mrazek and Joey Decord probably in that game, but Bjorkstrand's out, Vince Dunn, the Yanni Gourde's suspended, I think, and Beniers has been banged up, so you're not going to get probably a lot of offense in that game. But I got to take the Kraken. They're desperate for a win. The Kraken are going to play hard in that game, coming off 4 straight losses.
Yeah. I'm totally with you on that. I like Seattle in regulation, but it's not. Price is not good on that. So, but I agree. If any team that's going to take Chicago totally seriously, like I think Seattle is here, and I know they're banged up, but they still have more talent than Chicago does on that team. So. Yeah, for sure. I like Seattle for sure.
Okay, Blues at Canucks. That game is a over/under of 6. The Blues are a plus 180 road dog, rightfully so. I like the Canucks here. I probably would take the over. How about you, Rico?
Yeah, Canucks probably. You're going to see that Joel Hofer kid probably starting in net for St. Louis, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, he hasn't played too bad in the games he's been in. So, I mean, no over under. St. Louis is a tough team to call when it comes to totals. I think, yeah, it's a tough call. I'll just lean Vancouver right now with the side, but I'm going to have to take a closer look at that game, I think. But you're probably going to have to pay a price to lay Vancouver in that game, too. So.
Yeah, it's minus 218 for Vancouver. So maybe like Pearlo does the first period over or whatever.
First
Vancouver
period puck line.
or something.
Yeah, first period puck line for Vancouver is probably a good. St. Louis has got to go through Calgary and it's not much of a travel, but it's still a
Pearlo,
travel.
slide to your left. Slide to your left just a little bit. You're cutting your face off.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, now you're in. Now you're in the screen. Because otherwise you were like this.
Yeah, I've never heard some people want to see me so much before in my life.
Well, I mean, man, like you're on screen, but
I'm just kidding.
You don't have to put your camera on. You don't have to. You could
I'm
be off camera.
Getting a little bit.
Perlo, what's in the bowl behind you there? What's on your desk?
Pine cones. I think it's pine
cones, buddy. Pine cones. Girlfriend likes to go pick pine cones.
People put pine cones on their countertop, Rico.
Yeah, she likes to go pick pine cones and stuff like that.
You know what? I bet it makes the house smell nice. I don't know. I've never put that.
When I'm touching up on my Mozart on the piano, it's a perfect combination.
Those pine cones smell great. You keep the pine cones to get the dead body smell off you.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh God, dude. We're in
I didn't want to bring it up, but since you did, I really can't deny that.
Yeah. Andrew likes Vancouver under 8. Well, 8 is not a choice, Vancouver. It's 6. So,
I like just pick random numbers. I'll take under 16.
I'll take under 10. Under 10 every night. I'm making money. Right. No, Andrew, I don't know if you understand. You have to go with what the books will give you, buddy. Okay, let's move on to the final game because we're getting loopy as fuck.
Vancouver team total under 10.
Sabres at Kings. I'll tell you what, man. I'm worried about the Kings. I just don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And I think they're regretting that trade for PLD, which me and you were on that right away, Perlo.
Yeah.
I like the Sabres at plus 160 here, boys. The Sabres got to win, and they got to keep winning if they have a hope and a prayer. Ottawa's looks like they've gotten their shit together. So I don't know, man. I like the Sabres. The over-under in that is 6.5. I like the Sabres, and I'll take the over. Rico, what do you think?
With the Kings, man, they're going to be starting, I think, Dave Rittich again. He's like 4-1 with a 1 point something. Like, where the hell did big save Dave Rittich come from all of a sudden? I know last game he got peppered a little bit by San Jose, but San Jose only had 20-something shots there. So that's telling me that LA is basically breaking down. Yeah. So
Andrew likes the saves. Aurelia likes the saves. Yeah.
LA's in big trouble right now, but I just don't know if you're going to get a Dave Rittich performance like he's been doing. So I think LA buckles down this game. I'm not going against them for long periods. So
4-4 in their last 10, man.
Yeah, they're too good of a team.
I hear you, but like, I don't know, man. The Sabres are 6-4-0 in their last 10. They're coming off a loss, but like,
well, and Skinner's healthy again, I think too. I think Skinner might be playing tonight.
Jeff Skinner?
Yeah, I think he's probably playing. I think he's playing tonight.
Was the Sabres playing tonight?
Yeah, they're playing Anaheim right now.
Oh, they're playing the Ducks.
Yeah, Jeff Skinner's playing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, is he playing? Wait a minute. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Skinner. I didn't realize I missed that game.
Yeah, he's playing right now. Skinner's playing.
They're still down 1-0. Is that still an intermission then? Okay. All right. So they're on a back-to-back too. The Sabres are on a back-to-back, so maybe I like LA.
I like LA too. I'd like LA with the LA team total under 7.
What's the actual over-under?
I'll even go off more. I'll take both.
It's 6.5. I mean, that you're not far off.
I'll go both teams to score sometime in the game.
Dude, that is actually something that you could
can do.
There is a bet.
Yeah,
there is a bet.
I bet you could.
So
I mean,
both teams not to score is like thinking one team's going to get a shutout. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you pick both teams to score, I imagine the line you get is not that great.
I'm leaning LA, and then I lean both teams to get a shot first period. I like that
one. Okay.
Glove hand, glove hand, or blocker hand? Blocker side or glove side?
All right. Final thoughts. Okay. I'm going to be real interested to see what happens with Ryan Reeves here. I'm pretty sure he's going to be put on waivers. I'm wondering if he's going to play in the NHL again. He may be the last kind of that type of guy that plays in the league, you know? So it'll be it.
You still got a couple guys that are kind of like that, but yeah, he's.
There's this guy I follow on Twitter that's a Caps fan
in Carolina, and sorry.
His name is he goes by the name Dick Oshie. And he goes, imagine being named Dakota Mermis. I would never speak to my parents again. Oh, God, that's so good, Dick. I love it. Okay.
That's funny. I like it.
Okay. That's my final thought. Rico, what do you got, buddy?
I can't wait to listen to Toronto media tomorrow and Toronto media the next day, because I think this is Samsonov's biggest start of his career with the Leafs. I think this guy's teetering right now, and the Leafs are just hoping that they could just grasp at anything with this guy to just come out with a good start against Winnipeg. Just don't lose to the Jets 6-1, 7-1, or anything like that, because I feel for the goalie
to get mollywopped by I hope it's like 8-1, just because it's so fun to listen to the media.
I know it is fun, but this is like walking on eggshells tomorrow night with Samsonov starting against the Jets, man. Like, it just so much pressure on the goalies, so much pressure on the Leafs, just to try to basically protect this guy and put him in a position to succeed. But you're throwing him to one of the best teams in the NHL right now, and you're coming off a road trip. And all the best to you, Samsonov. I wish you nothing but the best, man.
Well, but also remember, Jets are missing Velarde day to day. Gustafsson is out for them, and no Mark Scheifele. So those are big losses.
But they just play a better system than the Leafs do, and they play better defensively. And they've got Ehlers and Connor. Like, those guys are just sharpshooters. They'll get 5 or 6 shots each on their own tomorrow night.
The Bleacher Report app has the Leafs missing Justin Wall, Matt Murray, John Klingberg, and Jake Muzzin. Well, 3 of those guys are never playing for the Leafs again.
Holy fuck, they're missing. Oh shit. Oh, they mentioned one more. They're missing Jamie McCowan and fucking Dave Ellett too.
Yeah.
Dave Ellett is a healthy scratch for the last 25 years, right?
Yeah.
Where's Brian McCabe when you need him? Boy, the Leafs could use a Brian McCabe, couldn't they?
Yeah, I'm taking Jonas Hoagland over 2.5 shots tomorrow night for the Leafs.
Okay. You sure you don't want Nick Antropov to hit his we're gonna do obscure Leafs here.
Nick Antropov.
Nikolai Borshevsky.
I was just gonna say Borshevsky. I can't believe you said that. I was just gonna say Borshevsky.
Or no, Ponikarovsky.
What about
Sergei Berezin?
Sergei Berezin, that's a good one.
30-goal scorer.
I'm trying to remember 90s Leafs. My brain is hurting. All right, guys. Pearlo.
Okay, Edmonton better not go off here. They just got 2 in a row. If this goes over 7, if they light them up completely, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh shit! I got the Jackets plus 2.5 here too.
Yeah, we both do. And I had the under.
It's 2-1. It's 2-1, is it not?
No, it's 3-1 now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
just wait. I think they might have pushed the goaltender in though. Yeah, I don't know. This might come back. I hope it does.
Okay, well, give us your final thoughts so I can do the show.
No, it won't because he got pushed into the goaltender. Okay. Anyways.
Well, we know how distracted Pearlo gets when his camera's very clear. You can kind of see him and see what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's still off center. It's like fucking. You should just tie a tennis ball to the thing so you know where you are. I mean, if you look at your camera.
When I get on Cap Friendly, I can't see where my head is. Anyways.
That's cool, man. Get yourself a second fucking monitor or something.
Okay, well, since we were talking about that game, I'm going to go back on my final thoughts will be on the Jets. I've been doing, how I like to do. I got 2 final thoughts. One thing that, so they go connect with each other. I'm going to go back to the Perry thing again. On Sirius Radio, Martin Baron, I love the guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Work.
Yeah, he works for the Sabres. Yeah.
Yeah, and he does he's on Sirius Radio all the time. I have Sirius Radio.
Yeah, he's very good. He's good. I agree with you.
He's good. Yeah. But he did mention that he thought that Perry didn't really move the needle much for the Oilers. And this is going to connect to my other thought that I'm going to talk about with Winnipeg, because I'm a pretty big analytics guy. However, I do believe that there are things that analytics don't accomplish. And one of them is having a warrior mentality in the room. And I disagree with Baron. I think this is huge for the Oilers. This is something that they've needed for a very long time. And I think it's going to take a lot of pressure off of McDavid, that he can do his thing and he doesn't have to be a leader in every aspect of the game and stuff like that. I think it's going to be fantastic. So, yeah. And also, Perry is very good analytically, too. So that's another thing as well. But going over to Winnipeg, bringing that over to Winnipeg, I'll go straight analytics here. This team is just stupid top 9 analytically speaking. The only team close is Florida. So,
and they could be in the finals. They could beat against each other. I could see if you said it was Florida Winnipeg, I would not be shocked whatsoever. Yeah.
I think that it's a really good chance that Winnipeg could make it to the finals. I said that Edmonton's going to be in the finals last night. I'm still going to stand by that, but I'm scared of Winnipeg. I'm scared of this team. And I just can't see Toronto beating a team that is like this, even though they're missing their guys, a few guys. This team just plays two-way, some of the best two-way hockey I've seen in a very long time. And I love it. But I wanted to bring that up because Baron said he wasn't going to move the needle that much. And I don't agree. There's 2 aspects. There's
you can have all the
analytics in the world.
See if it makes a difference, okay? You got 2 sides.
You can have all the analytics in the world, but if you don't have a Warriors mentality in the playoffs, you ain't winning nothing. It doesn't matter.
I'll say it's finally good that Edmonton has a guy that's actually won the cup on their roster. I don't think that doesn't hurt. But I laugh that you say it takes leadership off McDavid. If McDavid can't handle leadership, he shouldn't be wearing the fucking C. Okay? And that's the end of the show. We'll see you tomorrow.